So let's have a look at a bearish base pattern that's set up on the Euro US dollar on the 5-minute chart. The first thing we want to do, remember, is find those higher time frame key areas of support and resistance. Now we're looking at a 4-hour chart here, and you can see it's pretty compressed. I'm going to show you the larger picture. Okay, we're in a very large downtrend here, and when you're in such a big trend like this, you want to be looking at these sort of intermediate swings. Okay, these are not minor swings. I mean, this is a 4-hour chart. You can see we're dealing in major swings here. If we have a look at this swing here, from this high down to this low, it's like a 700 pip swing. You can also look at this high down to this low if you want. To keep it straightforward, I want to identify the major swings. Okay, so from here down to here, that's the major high to the low. Right there is where I want to draw my fibs. Okay, and here again, you know, there is some discretion to this. There's no black and white. Well, you know, do this one and that all the time. But here again, you know, you're going to get a feel for price. A lot of guys are going to be using this as the last major swing down. But you can see that 50 area is where I'm watching. Okay, so either up or just below. But if we take a horizontal tool and we drop it from the high and we just work our way down, what immediately catches my eye is this area right here. Okay, right in here. If we just zoom this up, you see this base right here. Okay, and then price took a nice leg down. If we fine tune it, that area right here, that last little bullish candle before price broke down, that's what I'm referencing. Okay, and you can see in terms of confluence, the fibs is just really a reference here, because that block is what the institutional flows are watching. So if we draw it from this swing down to here, there's the 50 just below it, and if we draw it from the larger swing, the 50 is just above it. Okay, but this area is what really catches my eye. So if I can find a pattern on the smaller time frames at this area right here, I'll be very, very keen for a sell. So if we just zoom this up and now move to the 5-minute chart, I'll show you what I set up here. Okay, so you see how aggressively price moves up, and then it starts ranging. Okay, it forms a base. Okay, this is what I'm after right here in terms of a base trade. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for price to range, okay, and then break out of the range. Remember, the whole bias with this trade is this higher time frame key area right here. Right, this is the block from the 4-hour or daily chart, depending on how you look at it, and this is where I'll be looking to place a trade around this area. Okay, depending on what sort of pattern I find. If I just step this forward, so there's price breaks. See how price breaks out of this range now? Once we've got a commitment below this range, you see this area right here, you have resistance becoming support. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for price to commit below, which is now done, and then come back and retest. That will be the sell. So once we get an actual candle close, I'll be looking to put an order. So we go to the platform, put a sell limit order at 2363, 1 pip below that area. Here again, in terms of reference, I'm referencing this last little bullish candle, but you can see how this area here holds as resistance back to support. So I'm now looking for a close and then a retest as resistance. Okay, stop loss above the highs here. So what is 15 pips should do the trick. It'll put it a couple pips just above. You can see the high is around 75, 76. So you know, like a pip or two above is perfect. In terms of take profits, we'll leave that open for now. If we just have a look at the higher time frame, here's the 4-hour. We've had a big move up. Okay, so we could look for a move back down, and in terms of targets, you can see we've got these highs here. Now the highs are not, you know, all set in stone in terms of they stand out really nicely. You could even look at this area here, 37 pips for like 15. You'll get good risk reward on the trade. I really like, you see this base down here? Okay, I really like this area right here. Price is closed above and then it's taken a big leg up. That's a 2285 area. That's about 80 pips, so 84 at 15 looks pretty good. So there's the order set. So let's just see what happens. We'll just step this forward. Okay, so there's the retest. Bang. Okay, break, commit, retest. There's the working order. Currently 4 pips up. And we want to see price start to break lower. So first problematic area is this area right here. Okay, that's what we want to see cleared. Price is now having another go back up. See the retest. Okay, so this is where you'd expect sellers to come in. Alright, so it's not holding just yet. We want to see price close below the level. Breaking down now. So what we're looking at is we're really looking for a commitment below these lows now. Okay, for this trade to work out, we want to see a nice spike below here. Still just plodding around, not doing anything exciting. What I don't like now, you see how price has made higher high, higher low. See how we've taken that high out. Okay, that's something you want to obviously pay attention to. Although my bias is still very much to the short side because we've got the higher time frame key area of resistance here. We want to see price run and take these lows. A nice close below those lows and I'll be happy. Okay, so we want to see these lows now taken out. Okay, so you see that big spike up? Okay, we've now had our stop loss hit. There's the stop loss. Okay, so we actually got hit on that for minus 15. Big spike up. Okay, and what's going to happen with a spike like this, more often than not, after a big rally like this in consolidation, is a move up to suck in amateur breakout traders, okay, and shake out possible sellers like myself here, okay. This is institutional order flow coming into the market here with a big move like this. So they push price up like this, taking orders, okay, taking out stops. Their stops acts as liquidity, or other people's stops acts as liquidity for them. And if you see price move back down into the range here, that's, you know, a telltale sign of institutional flows coming in. Now, price could very much just hold here, okay, find support and then rally, but at a key area like this, there's not many people that want to just, you know, continue pushing price up unless there's something that shocked the market. Okay, now obviously we don't have a live news feed here, and that's why it's quite important and something I like to follow in terms of what's going on when we get a big spike like this. So we'll just step this forward and show you where this goes. So you see how price spikes up, it comes straight back down like this. Okay, so this is someone just getting sucked in terms of the breakout traders, okay, amateurs getting on board here, stop losses getting taken out, etc. Okay, now we're getting a release. Now this is what I'd look for. Okay, you see this release here? This is what I was looking for on this retest. So there was the base, the retest. I was looking for this release, and you see that didn't happen. So this is essentially just institutional order flow coming in and running the stops. Now have a look at this. Okay, see this big spike up and then price pushes straight back down. Okay, that's professional money coming in the market there. And I'm just going to step this forward. You can see price moving down into that first area of support. Big spike down. That's the level we marked off on the 4 hour. Okay, you see how it gets respected. Okay, and eventually we start breaking down. You see the range break, retest. Okay, so trade we got stopped out on. I just want to say that when you trade in these smaller time frame patterns like this 5-minute base pattern, you do have a higher chance of getting stopped out with big spikes like this. Okay, this is institutional flows coming in. These guys know what they're doing and they're after our stops. Okay, so just understand that this can happen. It does happen, but okay, if you can get in with very small risk on a trade in terms of, you know, 10-15 pips of of risk, and you're looking for targets like this down here that are worth 80, your overall expectancy in the long term is very, very good. Okay, so keep that in mind. We're not yet to be right every time, but you know, this does happen, so just, you know, be aware of it. Okay, so that was a bearish base trade. We had the right direction, higher time frame key area. It worked out exactly like we wanted to in terms of direction and the reaction, but taken out with that spike, and you can see it got taken out for 15 pips.